Mary was a single mother. She lived in a small apartment with her daughter, Coco. Coco was 17 years old. She was beautiful, with bright eyes and a big smile. She was a kind and polite girl. Everyone liked her. But their life was not easy. When Coco was just 2 years old, Mary's husband left them. He fell in love with another woman and walked away. He never came back. Mary cried for many nights, but she never let Coco see her tears. Essie told herself, "I must be strong. I must give my daughter the best life I can." Mary worked as a cleaner every day. She went from house to house, cleaning floors, washing windows, doing laundry. Her hands were always rough. Her feet hurt at night, sometimes. She did not even have time to eat a proper meal. But she saved her money. She did not buy anything for herself. She wore old clothes and never went shopping. All she wanted was for Coco to have a good life. She paid for Coco to learn piano and painting. Even when money was very tight, she said, "I want you to grow up to be a lady. I want you to be someone with education, with money, with class, and with a good husband who loves you." Coco loved her mother very much. She knew how hard her mother worked. She studied hard. At school, she was one of the top students. She always smiled, always helped others, always made her teachers proud. One sunny afternoon, Mary finished her work early. She was walking home through the park. Suddenly, she saw something that made her stop. Coco was walking with a boy. They were holding hands. The boy was tall and handsome. He looked kind. They laughed together as they walked. Mary's heart felt tight. That night, she sat down with Coco in the kitchen. "Coco," she said softly, "I saw you with that boy today. I know he seems nice, but you are still young. This is an important time. You must focus on your studies. You have to try your best to get into a top university. Love can wait." Coco looked at her mother. She didn't say much, but in her heart she felt sad. Still, she nodded. "Okay, Mom, I understand." After that day, Coco stopped seeing the boy. She stopped texting him. She didn't want to make her mother sad. She didn't want to break her mother's heart. But slowly, something changed. Coco stopped smiling. At dinner, she didn't talk much. On weekends, she stayed in her room. She stopped playing the piano. She didn't go out with her friends anymore. Her teachers noticed S. He was quiet in class. Her test scores began to drop. Mary was worried, but she didn't know what to do. Then, the final exams came. It was the most important exam of Coco's life. If she passed with high marks, she could go to a top university. That morning, Coco felt cold inside. Her hands were shaking. Her heart was beating fast. In the exam room, she stared at the paper, but her mind was blank. She could not think. She felt dizzy. She left the exam room in the middle of the test. She went home, lay on her bed, and cried like never before. Her tears wet the pillow. Her heart hurt. She felt lost, empty, and full of pain. Mary came home and saw her daughter crying. She rushed to her and held her close. "What's wrong, my baby?" she asked, her voice shaking. Coco couldn't speak. She just cried. Later, they went to see a doctor. The doctor said Coco had depression. Mary felt like someone hit her heart. "It's my fault," she thought. "I wanted too much. I didn't see how much pressure I gave her." From that day on, Mary changed. She stopped working every single day. She made time for Coco. They went to the park together. They watched funny movies. They ate Coco's favorite food. Mary took her to see a kind psychologist who helped Coco talk about her feelings. They went on small trips to the mountains and the sea. They laughed. They cried together. They healed. Months passed, slowly. Coco smiled again. Her eyes were bright. She played the piano again. She painted pictures. She laughed with friends. Later, she joined a small technical college. It was not a famous school. It was not what Mary had dreamed of. But it didn't matter anymore. Because now, Coco was happy. She was healthy. And she was still the same sweet daughter Mary loved so much. One evening, Mary looked at her daughter, sitting on the balcony, reading a book and smiling. "This is enough," she thought. "This smile is all I ever wanted." Was this session helpful? Please comment and subscribe for more interesting stories. Thanks for listening. See you for next episode.